Did I think that members of the GOP would finally get it together and show the rest of us that they never liked Trump and they want him gone, especially since all of their legacies are tied to the GOP? Yes. Did I foresee it being this not so fantastic four? No, especially not with the inclusion of Mitch the glitchy bitch. But we live in the upside down now. So let's get into it. Democrats were able to pass a resolution repealing President Donald Trump's tariffs on Canada Wednesday thanks to the help of four Republican senators. Led by Senator Tim Kaine, a Democrat out of Virginia, the resolution aimed to rescind the emergency declaration the White House issued in February to place tariffs on Canada. The Trump administration has repeatedly cited the distribution of fentanyl across the border as a reason for the emergency declaration. How is increasing costs for people living within the United States going to help with the drug problem? Now, comprehensive health care that would provide people better access to mental health opportunities and assistance would be great. Taking drug addiction seriously instead of just criminalizing it would help. But this is the United States. Why look at the core issue and find resolutions for that? The vote Wednesday ended up passing 51 to 48 with Republican Senators Susan Collins, Mitch McConnell, Lisa Murkowski, and Rand Paul crossing the bipartisan line despite the president's angry rant earlier that day. You know what? It's about time everybody stopped acting as if his social media posts are a death wish. Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, Susan Collins of Maine, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, and Rand Paul, also of Kentucky, will hopefully get on the Republican bandwagon for a change and fight the Democrats' wild and flagrant push to not penalize Canada for the sale into our country of large amounts of fentanyl, Trump wrote on Truth Social Wednesday. Trump keeps moving this fentanyl problem to wherever his ego lies. Because first, fentanyl was a problem due to China. Then fentanyl was a problem due to Mexico. Now fentanyl is a problem due to Canada. An interesting choice of words to say the Republican bandwagon. Not for the betterment of the people, but the bandwagon. Okay. They are playing with the lives of the American people and right into the hands of the radical left Democrats and drug cartels, he continued. Is that who's playing with the lives of U.S. residents? What is wrong with them, other than suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, commonly known as TDS? Who can want this to happen to our beautiful families, and why? To the people of the great states of Kentucky, Alaska, and Maine, please contact these senators and get them to finally adhere to Republican values and ideals, Trump added, quipping that the four GOP senators have been extremely difficult to deal with. What happened to freedom of speech and freedom of choice? Why Republican ideals? Not what is better for the country, because he knows it's not better for the country. The president also explicitly declared that the House will never approve the resolution and that he will never sign it when it inevitably comes to his desk. On Monday night, Collins said imposing tariffs on Canada would be a huge mistake that will result in substantial disruption in economies of both countries, which is correct. Meanwhile, McConnell told The Hill in a statement, with so much at stake globally, the last thing we need is to pick fights with the very friends with whom we should be working with to protect against China's predatory and unfair trade practices. The Senate vote concluded a mere few hours after Trump announced sweeping tariffs on several of the country's biggest trading partners, including the European Union and China, and an area that's inhabited by U.S. military, and to islands that don't have any human inhabitants, but none on Russia, though. For nations that treat us badly, we will calculate the combined rate of all their tariffs, non-monetary barriers, and other forms of cheating. And because we are being very kind, we will charge them approximately half of what they charge us, Trump said from the Rose Garden while unveiling his new tariff plan. We're going to start being smart. When? And we're going to start being very wealthy again. What the fuck? You talking about the people that's already wealthy, right? He added, as the stock market impact saw an immediate plummet. And that's the thing. That is the thing. Trump originally marketed himself as the great negotiator. Why can't he negotiate if he feels that other countries are treating us poorly? This isn't going to do anything. The United States doesn't have enough to really put a dent in the rest of the world. They will adapt and adjust and pretend like we never existed. And if too much time goes on, they may not need us like they did before. And we may never recover from this. This is giving very much Confederacy mentality. Newsflash, the South never rose. It burnt out.